absolutely wonderfully hungry. Hope y'all have a healthy appetite Tuesday. You're laughing. You've never heard anyone say they're wonderfully hungry before, have y'all? All right, but y'all heard a healthy appetite, right?
Yeah.
And y'all have a healthy appetite, I hope.
Oh, yeah.
All right. It's wonderful knowing through our hunger, which is our healthy appetite. The three of us aren't having a heart attack at the moment.
No.
Yeah, having a heart attack is not just no, it's terrible medically.
Yeah.
So this lets us know we're not having something terrible medically. We just proved medically it must be the opposite of terrible.
Wonderful.
Right, opposite of terrible is wonderful. So that's why if I'm having a conversation here on the Silver Comet Trail, if I have a healthy appetite, I make a point of saying I'm wonderfully hungry.
Oh,
Because I can prove it's true, right?
you prove it.
Yeah, healthy appetite is a true phrase. Everybody knows that.
That's right.
And we can break it down for them. Being healthy is wonderful. Appetite, same thing as hunger.
Yep.
And we established you guys have a healthy appetite. Y'all wonderfully hungry. So try saying you're wonderfully hungry. How are you?
Definitely. Wonderfully hungry.
All right, yeah, but remember the wonderful part of it. How are you?
Wonderfully hungry.
All right. Let me take this face covering down. Because it's really wonderful when we hear people say they're wonderfully hungry,
Yes.
that they couldn't possibly have the dreaded COVID-19 either. Because that's terrible. All right. But I had to kind of drag it out of your friend here. Right? I mean, because she dropped it, right? She said hungry, but there's... No, not in the beginning, right? I had to drag it, but you had to think about it, right? Right, and that's fine. It's fine. It means the three of us are alike in that not only do we not have COVID-19 and we're not having a heart attack, but that we don't like being hungry.
No, not at all.
And it started when we were small children and cried about it. And that's what it means with small children crying about a situation. They don't like or want it. We still are like that deep down inside our heart of hearts. We still don't like or want to be hungry. And I should know I'm a heart doctor, in case you're wondering.
Are you?
Yeah, why I would ask about the heart.
Yeah.
All right, so it's right for a heart doctor to ask about. But this, what's also true is we believe what we want in our heart to believe.
Oh.
Because in our heart we still don't want to be hungry. We can't ever believe that it's wonderful to be able to say it easily without thinking about it.
Oh, that's a blessing.
Well, I mean, it's just how it is. It's our nature, our human nature. And someone say, oh, that's our sin nature. All right, but see, that's the only explanation I can give you why you guys, it took effort.
It does.
All right, but this brings up an important need. That means we're not saying that you've never heard of before and that requires effort for us to do. We're going to be terribly hungry instead. Only that is not known as that. It's more commonly known as the hungry and angry squeezed together as one word. Yep, and that's actually a real word. You can look up it in the dictionary. Hangry. Yeah, in the dictionary, it's written that being hangry means being irritable, short-tempered, dissatisfied. Whenever hungry. Yeah, due to that, or just being healthy, having a healthy appetite.
Yeah.
That we're going to be mean to each other, but also, even if we're a heart doctor and should know better, we can't help ourselves but werewolf down food to overeat to be full.
Yes.
And that causes the high cholesterol, high blood pressure, all those terrible...
Even doctors.
Yeah, even doctors.
Yeah.
That causes the terrible pre-existing condition.
That's what we
That
want.
causes the COVID-19 to be even more terrible. Deadlier. Right.
Yeah.
So so this is really, really important. But you guys never heard this before, right? Anyone saying they're wonderful? You never had this conversation
No.
with. All right. So y'all should
We're
go.
gonna pass it on.
Well, you should go to this place right here,
What's that?
wonderfullyhungry.org. So
Okay.
we've organized this as a website, and when you go there, the first link you should check out is a link to YouTube interview. A journalist interviewed me about this a few years back. It was a miracle. I convinced him online on YouTube to say he's wonderfully hungry.
You got him to do it?
Yeah, I convinced him to say it, just as I convinced you guys to say it.
Yeah.
It's not casual. It's not, your friend here didn't even say it in the beginning. I really had to coax it out of her. So, but you'll hear it on the interview. I had to coax it out of this news guy.
Really?
So, now make it real for you. You hadn't heard this before, but if you hear a news guy say he's wonderfully hungry, at least it'll be real for you. And hopefully you'll hear out the rest of the interview and convince you not only is it real, it's really, really important, that we do this to help each other out, especially during this COVID-19,
That's right.
when people are really scared and frightened because they don't know if the person they're talking to might be unwittingly contagious.
That's right.
And this is how we would know. As soon as we hear them say they're wonderfully hungry, instead of saying, oh, I can't say that, I'm not hungry, and we go, that's terrible. They go, how so? We go, well, because it means possibly you have COVID, we would say, but why are you saying that you're not hungry? What's the reason?
Uh-huh.
And they would say, well, lately, I haven't been tasting my food.
Oh, yeah.
And we would go, oh, that is terrible. Because they go, why? Well, because not being able to taste and smell your food, it's a specific symptom of being contagious with the COVID-19.
Mm.
And they would go, really? Yeah, it's a Latin word. It's called anosmia, A-N-O-S-M-I-A. This is all on the website, too, so you don't have to write anything down. But, and they would, and we'd say, yeah, look it up. Look on your phone. Anosmia and COVID-19. And they'll do a quick look, a quick Google, and they'll say, wow, all these people that are testing positive, they're saying they have this anosmia. And that's all they have, no fever, no cough, or anything else.
Yeah.
And then at that point, we would be able to convince them and say, you really do need to go home from the Silver Comet Trail. Don't visit any family in a nursing home, because you can end up killing them. When you go home, call your doctor, tell them you have anosmia, and your doctor will be able to authorize your insurance company to pay for the confirmatory. Now, we already know it for sure. Just by this, we already know it. That if we have this, if I heard you guys say y'all can't because you have anosmia, I'd put on my face mask. And I would be talking to you like this now. But because I heard you guys say you're wonderfully hungry, and I know from experience, people that test positive, they can't say that. Because they say this, what I shared with you, that it's wonderful not having to wear the face covering. Especially when it gets hotter. It's going to be wonderful to be able to cool off a bit by pulling the face mask down, because you know the person you're talking to, ain't no way this person has. And they will go, how do you know? There you go, because the person said they're wonderfully hungry. And they will go, what does that mean? We can't say that. We're wonderfully hungry if we have the anosmia. If we can't smell or taste our food. We wouldn't want to eat. Who want to eat if you can't smell or taste your food? And then so nobody who has the COVID-19, even if they're otherwise asymptomatic, otherwise we say they're okay, fine, or good if you ask how they're doing. And they'd even be on the Silver Comet Trail, even on a bicycle or walking. So it seemed like they're well. But yet, they can't say they're wonderfully hungry. So this is really valuable, and so consider, again, I'm just simply wonderfully hungry. And again, I hope this hasn't ruined your appetite, so you guys are still looking forward to eating. Y'all wonderfully hungry too, so how are y'all?
Wonderfully hungry.
All right, so thank God for His causing us to be wonderfully hungry, and may He continue to help us more than ever to do this.
Amen.
All right?
You keep passing the information and stay safe.
Well, it's not me. It's you guys. Consider it. And if you choose to do this, that's the only healthy way to stop being hangry. You know, they're going to be asking.
Okay, it's going to take a dig in there.
Yeah, it's going to be, you know, people are going to ask you, you know, what's the word? Fake news, I guess.
Yeah.
Can't be fake news. There really is a wonderfullyhungry.org, and the news person who said Wonderfully Hungry online didn't go on a mainstream media site to do it. Because that's the other thing too, right? So it's not coming from this journalist is not on a mainstream media site.
Right.
So it's not from, especially, you know, the people that are saying fake news, it's not coming from CNN, in other words, right? And that's what they're saying is the fake news channel.
CNN, Fox.
CNN. No, the president says Fox is true
Fox
news.
Is legit,
Yeah, Fox is legit, according to our president, who happened to be our number one example of hangry. Right? He's our only, that's the only explanation we have for our President Trump.
That's right.
That he's hangry. Right? Because he's werewolfing down, cheeseburgers every night.
Yeah.
He's going to bed with it. He's using it to go to put himself to sleep.
Yeah.
And that's the only explanation we have for what? His weight keeps going up and up every time he gets checked.
Yeah. He's so
Hangry. Terribly hungry.
terrible.
Yeah, and we can tell also no joy at all.
None.
That's the other cost, terrible cost of being terribly hungry,
That's so true.
is that there is no joy. There's just anger and stuff. And then we would do the terrible thing of if we had a nice dog who cared about us at home named Spot, and Spot's just glad to see us wagging his tail so vigorously, right? He can't get out of the way. So we know he likes us. That's not pretend. He can't get out of the way.
Right.
But see, the problem is we're hangry. He's in the way of our eating dinner. And if we're hangry, what terrible thing might we do to Spot, even though he might be the only creature on this planet that really likes us? We might kick him out of the way.
Oh, no.
I know, isn't that terrible? So that's why our doing this, saying we're wonderfully hungry, and convince us forward that others should do this too.
So we treat our pets good.
Yeah, so that we would save not only people lives here from COVID-19, we would save pets lives at home from being possibly, kicked to death at home. I know, isn't that terrible? And this person would do it to maybe the only creature on planet Earth who actually likes him. That he knows for sure likes him. Isn't that terrible?
It's terrible.
That you kick your only friend on this planet. Yeah, you're laughing about this. So it's really a good thing that we do by convincing people, hey, instead of just saying we're okay, fine, or good, let's be saying we're wonderfully hungry. All right, so till we meet up again, y'all,
All right,
be
till we
hungrier.
see
You
again.
know how. We got to stop being hangry.
That's right.
And we
Take
can,
care.
if we're doing this, saying we're wonderfully hungry. That's how we take
Right.
care. Be hungry.
Keep safe.
Yeah, that's how we keep safe. Like that.